what was your due diligence like during the due diligence phase? Like, were you there a lot, walking through, trying to figure stuff out, or kind of what was your due diligence like for this?
Yeah, it was stressful.
It was stressful. Yeah.
It was super
Why
stressful.
were stressful? Why was it stressful? Because you were trying to find the money, or it's what?
The money was hard for sure. Yeah, because it was so mismanaged. Um, and just kind of, proving to people that we could do it and we could turn it around. But I mean, in real estate, performance and market analysis, I mean, they're helpful and you really need it. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you just don't have exposure and good operations, it, like, doesn't matter. I mean, the market could be amazing and you could be a terrible operational manager and have it, sunk to the ground. Um, so that's one of the things is you do all the research, everything looks good, numbers always look great on paper and stuff, but you have to make that a reality. So um, that's probably the most stressful part. But I was definitely there more often than I thought I would be. I got to know quite a few of the neighboring companies, and like across the street is an apartment complex. I actually utilized a lot of her referrals, so that was awesome. So there was definitely a lot of staying in contact with others, having others have eyes on the place, and just relinquishing control a little bit. I couldn't just drive down there if I wanted to. It's kind of the farthest property we've ever had. So
Yeah.
but lots of phone calls, lots of going through the Excel sheets, lots of market data, and just going through everything multiple times. And double checking everything. And I would look at every single storage facility and I would just compare every single little detail to see like how close we really could compete, instead of just being like, class A, class B, class C, or climate, non-climate, kind of like, what are their amenities? Where's their location? What's the vibe, the community of it, kind of thing. So there's lots of little things that people are just emotionally attached sometimes. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
I think a mismanaged facility, I mean, getting it funded, especially if you know it's a good deal, because I go through this as well too, then you have to convince everybody else it's a good deal. That's really kind of one of the hardest things, you know?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I know that's what you went through, because I know I talked to you several times. But the only thing I really didn't like about this deal was how much money the wholesaler was making.
Um, Ditto.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
just don't like it when wholesalers try to make so much money. Just so frustrating to me.
That is how you end a relationship very quickly. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that people do that because the real estate community is very small.
Right.
And once you
Mhm.
make a connection with someone, you should work really hard to maintain that. And some people just don't. So,
Yeah. So if you're thinking about wholesaling, you're listening and you're watching, you're thinking about wholesaling. Essentially, what we're talking about is the wholesaler for this deal. And I know this wholesaler, and he's a good person. He just tries to make so much money off of every deal. And I feel like you need to create a win-win situation for everybody. And that's just the one thing that's really frustrating about the whole deal. And I sometimes it just gives me like just be sick in the stomach. I'm just like, why can't we just all work together? But
right.
you
Yeah.
know,
We tried even like 50,000 less, anything at all, because I was originally quoted quite a bit less. Um, and then he came back with the other price, and I was like, oh, that's kind of why I went back to the table, and we almost walked away, but
well,
yeah.
at least you found somebody. You found this person that's willing to partner with you. And out of the down payment, he brought money to the table so that and then you guys just partner on it 50-50, and then just work the deal, really. I mean, and then you'll just have, and then, honestly, the truth is for your first deal, there's nothing wrong with doing this at all. There's nothing. In fact, we partner all the time. We partner with people as well too, because I don't want to bring any money to the table. I'd rather give up money on the back end in order to make money on a deal, right? So in order to not bring any money to the deal. So you have to just keep that in mind too. There's nothing wrong with giving up money on the back end in order to not bring any money on the front end.